Yo, what's up everybody, it's Fuji here, and let's be real for a second, computers, they're like that friend who's super reliable until you absolutely need them, right? We've all been there, deadline looming, trying to get a project done, and bam, blue screen, spinning beach ball, the dreaded frozen cursor. But hold up, don't give up on your tech just yet. Today we're diving deep into the 15 most common computer issues that plague both Windows and Mac users. But here's the good part. We're not just diagnosing the problems, we're arming you with the knowledge to fix them, step by step. Today, we'll uncover the 15 most common computer problems people face, and show you exactly how to fix them, step by step. Let's kick things off with a universal struggle, the dreaded slowdown. When your computer takes forever to boot up, it's frustrating. First, check your disk space. A full hard drive is like a cluttered closet. Use cleanup utilities to free up space. Manage background programs. On Windows, use Task Manager. On Mac, go to System Preferences. Uninstall unnecessary programs. Alright, next up, the dreaded crash. 1 minute you're in the zone and the next your computer throws a tantrum and forces a restart. First things first, make sure your software is up to date. Those updates aren't just about new features, they often include important bug fixes and security patches that can prevent crashes. Next, let's talk about malware. Malicious software can wreak havoc on your system, causing all sorts of instability. Running a scan with a reputable antivirus program can help you identify and eliminate any threats. If software isn't the culprit, it's time to look at your hardware. Running hardware diagnostics can help you pinpoint any failing components that might be causing the crashes. We live in a connected world, which means internet problems are basically a modern-day nightmare. Let's troubleshoot those connection woes. First up, the classic try resetting your network settings. On Windows, you'll find this option in Network and Sharing Center. On Mac, head to System Preferences and then Network. Next, check those drivers. Outdated or corrupted network drivers can wreak havoc on your connection. Updating them is usually as simple as visiting your computer manufacturer's website or the website for your network adapter. And while we're talking connections, don't forget about your router. Sometimes a simple router restart is all you need to get things flowing smoothly again. Software not responding, take back control. We've all been there, that moment when an application freezes and refuses to cooperate. Before you panic, let's try a force quit. On Windows, you can use Task Manager to end the unresponsive program. Mac users, you've got options. Force quit from the Apple menu, using the keyboard shortcut. Command plus Option plus Escape, or even the good old force quit by right-clicking the app icon in the dock. If an app is consistently acting up, it might be time for a fresh start. Reinstalling the software can often iron out any underlying issues. Blue screen of death, BS-odd, deciphering the error codes. Okay, time to address the elephant in the room, the infamous blue screen of death. BS-odds are often caused by hardware or driver issues. The error codes that flash on the screen might seem cryptic, but they actually hold valuable clues about what's going wrong. Jot down the error code and do some research online. You'll be surprised how much information you can find. If you suspect a driver issue, updating or reinstalling the drivers for the problematic hardware is a good place to start. Overheating, keeping your cool. Ever felt your laptop getting hotter than the sun? Overheating is a serious issue that can lead to performance problems and even hardware damage. First things first, let's give those vents some breathing room. Dust and debris can clog up the airflow, trapping heat inside. Use a can of compressed air to gently blow out any dust bunnies lurking in your laptop's vents. If you're a serious multitasker or gamer, a cooling pad can be a lifesaver. These handy devices provide extra airflow to keep your system running at a safe temperature. Both Windows and Mac have built-in tools that let you monitor CPU and GPU temperatures, so you can catch overheating issues before they escalate. Battery draining quickly. Power up your battery life. In a world dominated by mobile devices, battery life is precious. Reclaim your freedom from outlets. Start with a battery calibration. It helps gauge your battery's capacity. Next, dim your screen brightness. Close unnecessary background apps. Printer not working, troubleshooting your printing woes. Printers, am I right? They're like that one friend who always seems to have drama going on. But don't worry, we've got some troubleshooting tips to get you printing again. First and foremost, let's check those drivers. Outdated or corrupted printer drivers are a common culprit for printing problems. Updating your drivers is usually as simple as visiting the printer manufacturer's website. Next, let's make sure everything is properly connected. Check the cables, make sure the printer is turned on, and verify that it's properly connected to your computer. And finally, let's delve into those printer settings. Sometimes, a simple adjustment to paper size, orientation, or print quality can resolve the issue. Audio issues get your sound back on track. Silence can be golden, but not for your computer's audio. Let's troubleshoot those sound issues. Check your audio drivers. Outdated drivers can cause problems. Update them regularly. Adjust your sound settings. Ensure volume is up. Check the audio output device. We live in a world of gadgets and gizmos, but connecting them can feel like a losing battle. Check those drivers. Outdated drivers can cause issues. Update your drivers. Check the cables and make sure the device is on. Try a different USB port. Sometimes, a restart helps. Waiting for your computer to boot up can feel like an eternity. Let's speed up that startup process. First things first, let's take control of those startup programs. Remember how we talked about programs running in the background? Well, many of those programs also launch at startup, slowing things down. Managing your startup programs can significantly reduce boot times. Next, let's talk about your BIOS or UEFI. These are low-level software that control your computer's hardware during the boot process. Updating your BIOS or UEFI can sometimes improve boot times. And finally, let's explore some system optimization options. Both Windows and Mac have built-in tools that can help you fine-tune your system for optimal performance, including startup optimization. You found a cool new app or program, but the installation process is throwing up roadblocks. Don't worry, we've got this. First up, let's clear that cache. Your computer's cache stores temporary files that can sometimes interfere with installations. Clearing the cache is a good way to start fresh. Next, let's play detective and check those system requirements. Make sure your computer meets the minimum requirements for the software you're trying to install. If you're still encountering errors, it's time to do some digging. Installation errors often provide error codes or messages that can point you in the right direction. Do some research online, consult the software's documentation, or reach out to the developer for assistance. File corruption can be a nightmare, potentially leading to data loss and frustration. But don't panic just yet. There are ways to recover those corrupted files. Both Windows and Mac have built-in repair tools that can often fix minor file corruption issues. On Windows, you can try using the chkdsk utility. Mac users, you have disk utility at your disposal. Prevention is key when it comes to data loss. Regularly backing up your important files is crucial. You can use an external hard drive, cloud storage, or a combination of both to keep your data safe. Whether you're dealing with a flickering screen, resolution problems, or color inaccuracies, display issues can be frustrating. Let's get your display back to its former glory. First up, let's make sure those graphics drivers are up to date. Outdated or corrupted graphics drivers are a common culprit for display problems. You can usually find the latest drivers on your computer manufacturer's website or the website for your graphics card. Next, let's dive into those resolution settings. Make sure your display resolution is set to the recommended settings for your monitor. If you're using an external monitor, check the connections and make sure it's properly detected by your computer. In today's digital landscape, security is more important than ever. Let's fortify your defenses and keep those digital threats at bay. First and foremost, keep your security software up to date. This includes your antivirus, anti-malware, and firewall. Security software is constantly evolving to combat new threats, so staying up to date is crucial. Speaking of firewalls, make sure yours is turned on. Firewalls act as a barrier between your computer and the outside world, blocking unauthorized access. And finally, let's talk about safe browsing habits. Be cautious about the websites you visit, the links you click, and the files you download. Avoid suspicious emails and be wary of phishing attempts. So, there you have it, a crash course in conquering the 15 most common computer problems. Remember, a little tech knowledge goes a long way. By mastering these troubleshooting tips, you can keep your computer running smoothly and avoid those frustrating tech headaches. If this video helped you solve your computer problems or gave you new insights, Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more helpful and inspiring tech tips. And don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep those computers happy and your tech game strong.